Hello, hello, hello! Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday, or unhappy Monday if you are Garfield. But it's good to see y'all today. Sorry for anyone who was who was waiting in the setup screen, or on the setup screen, I guess, for me spamming all the like little sound alerts. Yesterday, I found out why it didn't work anymore. It's because it needed more, like, complicated permissions than it did before. But then earlier I had to make sure that you guys could hear it, and I could also hear it, so that's why I was, like, playing around with it. But yeah, looks like everything works right now. Isn't that great? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed everything, works. What else was I going to say? I had like, oh, I gotta remember these 3 points. Oh yeah, we're playing this game again. Usually I'm not a big fan of playing the same game twice in a row, but there was a weekend in between, so that's fine. But the reason why I wanted to play it today is because I kind of had a weird start of my day, and I'm like, I just wanna have fun and do something easy. I don't want to pick out a new game to play. This game's surprisingly the easiest and doesn't take as much from me as, like, for example, Mass Effect. And I didn't feel like Black and White 2 today. So I was like, you know what, I'll just finish up this game, that's fine. And then the third point was, last time I dressed up, today I'm not, because it's way too warm. Also, like, 20 minutes ago, someone decided to start, I don't know if it was mowing their lawn or, like, do other garden work, but my windows have to be closed, because otherwise it's gonna be really loud. So hopefully they're done or done soon. But yeah, anyway. Wait, what are the bonuses? I do love me a bonus. Timeline? Reconstructions? Trophies? Wait, how do you get these? I know we, like, have seen so many. I guess these are, like, if you pick certain options or do certain things. But okay, I mean, I guess they're called achievements. I guess trophies is, I don't know, is that a PlayStation thing? I'm not sure. Completion trophies? I don't know. Anyway, let's, just get started. We just got a letter for the 4th murder, which I wasn't sure or I actually thought that it wouldn't happen. But look at that, it is happening. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. But we have the pleasure of perhaps finally stopping the murderer. Maybe
if someone
not.
has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Oh yeah, I haven't done, can I do something with them? Oh no, I don't think so. I think if there's a different button, you can do something with them. I thought it would make sense if we can just, like, scramble them back together, but I guess not. I have to wait until, I talk to this guy, I assume. Hastings.
Are you
Hi.
collecting the post, Poirot?
Well, I mean, if I live here, I should probably collect the post. Because it's a crime to steal someone else's post. Mail? Mail. I mean both, but, like, mail makes more
Poor
sense in my
Mr.
head.
Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Ah, it's the same one.
We've a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take
Why
place
does he
in Doncaster
specifically
on September 11th.
mentions the
So
T?
long. A.b.c. I should compare this letter with the one
We don't
on
have
desk
to,
which
guy.
I received
We're.
earlier to see if it
I
does
mean, I
indeed
felt like
come
the
from
first time I
same
could see it at a glance. But by now you should too, Poirot. Herc. During the investigation, you will collect thumbnails that illustrate your progress in the inquiry. To consult your progress, go back to the main menu. Okay. Right,
Poor
that's that.
Mr. Poirot.
Yeah. Can I put it together now? No. Is that even gonna be relevant since we found it at the last crime scene? I assume it would still be relevant. Because they haven't let me piece it back together. Where do I do that? Here? Wait, hang on. We should read the news.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin.
I think that's a sentence I've never said before.
The alphabet murder, a methodical
Not me,
madman.
I don't read the news, not usually.
It's highly probable
If it's-
that the alphabet
If
murderer
it's
will kill
interesting
again.
if I stumble upon
Or
it,
do
I'll
we
read
possibly
it.
estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the
We
other
already
hand,
know it's
the ratio
Doncaster.
of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target
I
population.
do wonder
Go
if
to the
there's a
last
little
page
more
to
to
find
it.
our
If he
results and
specifically
details on
goes
the
for
calculations.
like distinct people. Because I don't know if you fall into that category, do you really, let's say there's 99 other people who also fall into that category. Do you really have a 1% chance of being murdered? Or is it like, is it higher because, for example, so far he's killed more women than men? Or is there anything else?
Daily Blag, August 31.
Hey Bartleby, good to see you today.
1935.
Thanks for tuning in.
Moustache, half mask.
I don't know if
Poirot's
this music is
repeated failure
dance
in
worthy,
ABC
to be
case.
fair. But I hope you're well. I hope you had a
Sometimes
good
small things
weekend.
troubled great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it.
I was
3
not
mornings in a
listening
row,
to it at all.
confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment.
Oh, it's just
I
like a
also
report
noticed his
on
mustache,
Herc
of which he's
himself.
so proud, being duller than usual.
Oh no, not his mustache.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure that's easy to say. Shady man. The letter D from a.b.c. The letter D. Do you know about this book or game, Bartleby? It's based on a Agatha Christie book called The a.b.c. Murders. I mean, maybe you could piece that
Let us
together.
examine this more closely.
But, it's like a playable version. I've never read the book. I haven't read any. To be fair, I'm not sure if I've ever actually read a detective book. But, no, I did start one. But I didn't even get to the detective part. Let's not talk about that. But, in this game, you, like, are the main character who then has to detective together, like the pieces of the puzzle, etc. Right, it's the I that's the same.
Certain characters in the
Yeah. We've done this. This is literally
Yes, this eye is weird.
the third time? This is literally the third time.
Yes, the
Yeah,
eye
we
ca-
know. It has the
I
same
have to find-
defects. We know. We've seen this a million times before. Is the
Let
E
us
maybe
examine
also?
the character.
No, I think it's literally just a
The
W
W
and the
is
I.
not printed properly.
What was I? Oh, and the A. It's gotta be a small W. Way.
Of course, the W characters in the 2 letters do indeed have the same defects.
We know.
I have to find some other similar.
Yeah, and then the A. And then the A.
Yes, the
Yeah,
A
the A appears to be
quite unusual.
Shut up! Wait, but the A in this one isn't different.
That's right. The
Oh,
A
no, it's-
characters in the 2 letters
Or,
do
I mean, the
indeed
same.
have the same
But
defects.
it's not as thick as that one.
My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
It would be much more interesting if it wasn't
Hastings,
the case,
strikes
right?
tomorrow.
If it was a different typewriter. And
Chief
also,
Inspector
why could it
He's on
not be
another
two
line.
different typewriters?
Can I take a message?
Yes, please,
Is it that
mademoiselle.
unusual
is
to
from
borrow
Hercule Poirot.
someone's typewriter?
Tell him a.b.c. strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Okay. A switchboard
Yeah, now I'm going
operator
to see
is
what I
just
can
the
find
person
from
who
these
puts
burned
you through to
documents.
the right
I
line,
received
right?
the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
My assistant. Imagine having to take a backseat to your colleague from a different country because you can't solve it. Wait, what kind of notes are we taking?
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Okay, yeah, hang on. Take notes of this. Oh, oops. Excuse me, Hastings. What kind of notes am I going to be taking? Or he? I'm not taking notes. This is a video game. I don't need to take notes.
I've finished with this.
You're finished with this object? Do I then have to piece these together?
If
I
someone
don't
has
think
tried
so. I don't know what are we gonna show him? Oh, that's a shadow. I guess
It
we're
is not the
leaving?
right time.
Okay, guy, then what are we doing? Oh, there's something on.
Now,
Oh.
down to work.
What is this?
All of this needs putting in order a little.
Oh, okay. We have to do it over here. We can't just, like, we can't just hold all the pieces in our hands and then try to piece them together. Oh, oops. No. Okay. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. What the fuck do they want? Wait, can I move this? That one I can't move. These ones we can't move. That can't be the case. Surely not. Which one would be the easiest to start with? How the fuck does he know which parts are parts of which part? Do you know what I mean? How does he know?
This page is Child's Play.
I don't know if that looks right. I mean, I guess because it's burnt and torn.
This piece should be placed here.
And how the fuck
This
are we
page
gonna
is
read it?
finished.
I know they ordered some sort
That's
of
done.
chemical,
3 more to...
but like,
This
how is
does
it
not
gonna
look
work?
too difficult.
Are you sure that's correct? That does not look correct at all. Oh no. This might line up? That does not line up. You can see the you can see the objects glitch together like that.
This page is Child's Play.
That does not. I mean, I guess that could make sense if it's like torn and then burned.
This page is finished.
Okay.
And
I
that's
think
two
it
done.
says the same.
It's easier than I thought.
I don't think those say different things. It's just a copy of the same page. Oh no, this one is different. Down here?
This
Okay.
page is finished.
Wouldn't it be easier to get
Only
the
one
stuff
more.
first
Keep
and then
going.
put like, because they said they were gonna get chemicals to make it readable again. Wouldn't that
page
be
will be
easier to
reconstructed
like
in a
smear
flash.
that on the pages before reconstructing them? Because then you can tell a little better where everything's supposed to be. But I guess these detectives aren't that smart, so.
It's so simple.
Is it?
This page
Close
is
enough.
finished.
Or maybe I
All
just
the
put them
pages
too
are
close together.
reconstructed.
That could be the case too. We put it on the
A dry
on
cloth.
the rag. Put
A
this.
bottle of solvent.
Wait, solvent? What are we solving? The
A
burning?
bottle of solvent.
Oh, okay. Okay, that
The cloth
looks
is now soaked
realistic.
with solvent.
Yeah. Now we get the wipe. Would that really help? They did say, okay, you're only gonna do one of them.
Got it!
They did
Make a note,
say what
Hastings,
kind of
make a note.
chemical it was,
Mrs. Alisasha, shop owner in Andover.
but I don't know if
Tracheitis,
that's really a
hemoptysis,
thing.
prescribed laudanum.
Right, we did
got
see
it.
that in her house.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at Comside.
And that guy was a
All
doctor.
right, but
no.
where did the person who burned
It was.
them
It
find
wasn't
them?
the old guy that was the doctor, right? It was the doctor. Like there was a doctor that prescribed his wife something, like the painkillers, and like diagnosed her. Are we done here?
Poirot, since my return, I see that you have fewer grey hairs than when I last saw you. How is that
It's called
possible?
die.
Mommy, I am sure that you will find the explanation all on your own.
Oh. How shady. This poor guy, he's just trying to help us.
It is not the right time.
What do you mean? What else can we possibly still do? Tell me, what can we possibly still do? Except look at this fine book shelf, apparently. Right. It's the book. Churston. That's nothing new. Oh no, it said 0 out of 2. Can I?
Churston,
Flip it?
Devon, population 500 inhabitants. Hourly of trains. London, Churston. Trains of evening. London, 6:45 p.m. Newton about 11 a.m. Churston, 11:45 a.m. London, 11:45
So he could technically go
p.m.
there one day,
Newton
or
about
one in the morning
6
and
or
then
8
leave in the
a.m.
evening.
Churston,
Or the other way around.
7:15 a.m.
More likely the other way around, because the old man was murdered at night. Oopsie. Hastings hunting? We did see this already.
Hastings photo album.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's so mean. Also, why did he put the bear picture sideways? What's up with that? Also, why does he... Wait, are we in his office? Wait, I thought this was my office.
Hastings, for your hair,
Yes?
there exists an accessory, how shall I say, that can be fastened to the scalp and covered with your own hair. Let me be quite clear, it
toupee?
is not a wig.
Come on, Poirot, I'm not losing my hair. It's just thin slightly.
Well, you know, for the future.
Please don't stare at me, Poirot. It gives me a sore head.
And that's gonna
Hastings,
make your hair
may
fall
I
out.
advise you about your mustache?
This guy!
You don't like it?
It is superb, but it would be even more so if you allowed it to grow more. And you should taper the ends.
So
slightly.
exactly like Herc has his mustache.
Hastings, I have noticed that the books on the shelves are not in the correct order.
Oh yeah, I guess
Yes.
I guess
I'll
this
be more
is
careful.
like maybe we're staying over at his place. I thought we lived here.
Hastings, I do not
I
wish
know
to wrongly
Herc is
accuse you,
French, but he
I
can't have
think
like
you
a
have
summer
dropped
house
a
here.
few crumbs.
Honestly, Poirot, can we talk about something other than crumbs?
How about your hair? It's looking a little
So,
thin.
Hastings, can you see the solution to our little problem?
My god, why
Poirot,
why
I
is
won't
there
be
so
able to do
much
it without
unique
your help.
dialogue here?
Order and method, Hastings. No question can resist the methodical
This never
mind.
happens. Like, usually they just say the
Hastings,
same
it would appear
thing.
that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Is that new or old?
Mon ami, it is a pleasure to be working with you again. I have missed you this past few
Maybe
days.
in here you can talk to him endlessly and I just haven't done that.
Poirot, since my return,
Mon
Yeah,
ami,
okay. Well, he isn't very helpful, you know, despite being the detective. The main detective on the case.
Ah, some cool hair.
Very
I've
nice.
finished
Okay.
with this subject.
You're finished with this object. Then what else are we doing here, Poirot? Do we have task list? Oh, read the... read the reconstruct... No. Read the reconstructed documents. I figured they would just tell me, or like Herc would read it, but not me. Like in a like keep the viewers or players or readers in the dark until like the mystery is solved.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Hendover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
They did already say that.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia.
What was
Alice
her
Asher,
thing again?
shopkeeper in
Hemoptysis.
Betty Barnard, waitress in
No, they're different. Like, I thought maybe they all had hemoptysis, which I don't know what that is. It's gotta be something with your blood.
Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
Oh.
Let us now try and get our brain
Oh,
cells
so
to
that's
work.
the new victim. Quick! We gotta put this man in prison so he can be safe. Where do the burned documents come from? They were found in... That one. Oh, throat afflictions. What do you mean? Where do they come from? The door-to-door salesman? There's a lot of people that day? No. I wasn't in Bexhill. Oh god. That's irrelevant. No, so this isn't quite right. That's not relevant, though. I don't know what they're going for. Where do the burnt documents come from? I mean, do they just mean this? Okay, they just mean that. Okay. Wait, was Clark a doctor or was he not a
The
doctor?
documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name
Oh, but
starts
he wasn't
with
like a
either
cancer
A, B, C, or D,
doctor, so
and it is
he had his
precisely the
wife
files that match these
like
letters
looked at
that
by a
have been
different
tampered
doctor.
with.
Okay.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Wait, the two other patients? Wait a fucking
I'm
second.
finished with...
No, I'm not finished with this object. Victim. Dick Donbar. How do we know he's about 40 years old? Oh, hang on, the phone is ringing. Who did they say? Man, who did they say were on the documents? Because they said two, but who are the other two? But one of them is Clark himself, right?
Poor Mr. Poirot.
No, stop. I don't know if I'm following it right now. Because it would make sense if it was the 3 victims that died, why wouldn't it be the 3 victims that died?
Poirot,
Any news, Chief Inspector?
you wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Don't tell me it's like Albert. Oh, wait, Dick Dudley Dunbar? Because that's the 4th person?
Dick Dudley Dunbar.
You're wrong. He's called Alexander.
I'm dumb.
a.b.c.
Okay, I thought, maybe he's gonna end his streak by killing himself. That would make sense. But no, you're right. I'm stupid. I don't know why I didn't get that.
But after that, nobody knows where he went.
It's gotta be the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. It's definitely Doncaster, but I don't... Did they say? I guess he might be staying at that
Look for him
hotel.
at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is
Man,
going to
I
get
feel
shocked
embarrassed that I
when he
didn't
finds
get
out
the
there's a
name.
murderer.
It would make sense, but how do we know? Wait, was it on the documents? Was the... No, the 4th person was the... Like, this is why I... Call instead of chat? No, you can do the phone calls. I'm a
Do your best,
millennial.
Jack.
I don't like phone calls.
You can count on me.
I didn't get ego
Hastings,
points for that,
everything is
though.
at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key. So, has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news.
What do you mean sending
Why
him by
so gloomy,
train?
Chief Inspector?
They just put him on the train,
I
or...
told the hotel owner that
Is
he
someone
was
coming
sheltering
with
the
him?
murderer. He collapsed.
Is dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
I
It's
don't...
very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot.
I don't...
appreciate your
Could I have
gesture.
Please
changed
keep me
the
informed
outcome
his
of this
progress.
these phone
You
calls?
can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should
So we
focus
should
on the
have
next
called
part of the
him-
investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but
Sounds
start
like
without me.
if I
First of all,
called
I have to
myself,
sort
then
out
I would have
details of
avoided
Cust's
getting the
transfer.
guy
I
to...
understand.
Or maybe I
Abigail.
wouldn't have avoided getting the guy, or giving him a heart
Hastings, we
attack
are making
because,
good progress.
like, I doubt
Please
that
go and
he
search
would
the
be
room of our
very
number one
happy
suspect.
hearing it from me.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
How is this relevant?
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment,
Oh, okay.
Hastings. I will manage on my own.
It's relevant because he's not coming with me. Okay. Interesting.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
I do wonder if... It seems like your decisions do matter, but only in the short run, if that makes sense. Like, we could have probably... If I suggested to call myself, we could have probably saved the guy some heartache, literally. Or maybe he would still be upset with it and faint. But I don't think it affects the greater narrative. You just get, like, different dialogue, and that's really it. I think that's how it
Marbury.
works.
There is a very pretty village by this name in Cheshire.
People would execute you if you pronounced it Cheshire. Just saying. Just saying, Herc. Maybe it's good that you're a detective. Because that would mean that people might not want to kill you as much. Because if you are a detective, probably means that you have detective friends who are immediately gonna figure it out. Hello!
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me
What's
that you
a
might
guest
be coming.
house? Is it like a... Is it like a long-term hotel? Or is it like a... I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. It's just a long-term hotel. Okay. What are you holding? Is that a potato you're holding? Is that a potato? Maybe don't eat that one.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists?
But I
there
didn't
as
get
well?
ego points, so I
think
should have been
you
pissed
might
off
even
that
be
she's
interviewed.
peeling potatoes.
You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood.
That's
He
really
told me he was going
suspicious.
to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an a.b.c. with Doncaster underlined. As you can
Why
imagine,
did he
when
leave
I
it?
saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Why did he leave that one?
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I don't
see.
think that's legal.
Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Maybe we shouldn't have done
Well, what
that.
are you going to do later?
Yeah, the way it
I bet
zoomed
you're
out.
going to poke around his room too.
Tell me,
Yeah,
did you
but
have any
also-
other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
I'm
He's
a
rather queer.
detective.
He talks to himself.
He's
He
what?
has a bad cough because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Do you think it was blood?
It might have been.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill by the sea, right?
Indeed.
Yes.
It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing
His
dress.
bathing dress?
Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting.
Go on.
Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Man, those people or that person outside doing yard work. It's Monday, 4 p.m. You know what? I think I had this exact conversation last year. And it's like, well, when are you supposed to do your yard work if it's not on like an afternoon in the week? Because how many people are you gonna like annoy with that?
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the
I
key on the
don't
counter.
know if that was really good. I don't understand how I'm still confused on some of the, like, game mechanics. Like, I'm only just now noticing that, like, the zooming in on the people you, talk to.
I need the key to Cust's room.
Oh, sorry. Like, it just, I don't know. Wait, what?
It looks like
Oh,
I
it's a
found the
cat.
real master of this house.
It's a cute cat. Cat portrait. A cushion with hairs. A cat toy. A cork on the end of a piece of string. That's so cute.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Those are some big ass whiskers though. I think they just drew those on.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away...
What does it say? Marbury boarding house guest registration. That's hard to read.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Where? Where are we looking? Where were we supposed to be looking? Do I talk to her again? Look at her?
This woman appears to be in a bad mood.
Really? Peeling angrily? Jerky movements. Choppily peeled potatoes! Angry stare, annoyed face.
Right.
Where else?
Is that all? When are you leaving?
Uncommunicative posture? That's all. Well, no, actually, I'd like to talk to you some more.
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Why is that potato pitch black? Are you really gonna eat that one? If your potato looks like that, you should probably not
Mrs.
eat
Marbury,
it anymore.
If I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the big
Fishman?
murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
You can't just do that, can you? Because then you have to... Or then you get to take money twice. That doesn't seem very nice.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Of course I changed them. I keep a nice clean establishment, I'll have you know.
Arrogant... Was that not right?
Don't forget to...
Okay, well, never mind. I don't know, some things are just so confusing to me still. And they just haven't, like, explained things to me properly. But then again, are these just things that I'm missing because I'm an idiot? Or... that wouldn't be too surprising. But, like... I don't know if it's normal that I'm missing things. Or if it's just because I'm so busy with making gaffes. I'm not even... Are those underwear?
Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands.
Okay.
The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
Mm-hmm.
All the main articles referring to the a.b.c. case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date.
Obsessed with the a.b.c. murders?
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Hum, hum. A single man who's this dirty but cleans his clothes that... Ooh, typewriter. That thoroughly? Suspicious.
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders.
That's not gonna be
closed.
enough. We need 26. It's closed? Then open it?
It's closed.
What do you mean it's closed? Oops. You can use the
This key bears the numbers.
You can use your key to like tear it open. No? Okay, well. I swear you can probably just tear it open, but I guess this guy can't. I guess because he's wearing gloves. He's like, I can't do that. I'm wearing gloves. Nothing here? Oops, nothing else here?
ABC guys.
Doesn't want to say. Oh, okay.
It's
What do you mean? There doesn't seem to be anything else to click on. Okay, now there is. It wasn't before. I don't know why that. Uh-oh. Why that is.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon.
He could just be peeling his apples. So you're just gonna yoink it? Wait, what? This is just
a.b.c.
Ace Attorney all over again. Just steal the evidence.
He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Yeah, okay, I mean, I can respect that.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? John Milligan.
John Milligan.
Managing
Silky
Director,
Legs.
Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To
It's
A.b.
Leicester.
Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935.
But never mind that.
May the 21st.
He's French.
Dear sir,
It's fine if he gets it wrong.
Further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21.
Oh, that
Arrive by
Andover
train
was
the
part of
20th in
his
the evening
route
and get
at that
room at
case.
Station
Or in that
Hotel.
case.
Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
I mean, do we really need proof for that? I don't think... I feel like 2 out of the 3 places and no alibi for the 3rd place. That's pretty, like, conclusive. Do you really
I
need
have to
proof
get the
for all of
ribbon.
them?
How am I going to do it?
The ribbon. What does it say? Poor Mr. Poirot.
The left-hand heel
Yeah.
has been removed.
Guy, how the fuck is... I don't know anything about typewriters. Is
The
this...
right-hand heel has been removed.
Is this okay? Are we allowed to do this? Is this gonna break the thing? Also, I get that that's like the ink splotch, or like the ink... Like you mash a button and then the thing will come up and write, like, smack into that and that makes the ink. Is that it? Is that really it? I don't know. Oh, no, but like...
Something is blocking the
How
ribbon.
often can you use the same ribbon in that case? What else is blocking it? You pull this? No? This? It? No? Oh, okay.
And here
I
is
don't
the
know,
ribbon.
nothing was blocking
Let us
it.
see if it
Just
was
saying.
indeed used to write the letters sent by a.b.c.
You can't tell?
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Would you really call it a keyboard? I mean, it's not wrong, but like... I don't know if I would call a typewriter a keyboard. It is explicitly a keyboard. That is kind of true. Because the letters are the keys. And it's on a board. How do I leave? No? I don't seem to be done. Am I not done? I don't know if there's more to it. Did I get it? I did get it, but there's still one clue. The window? Oh, the bed?
How hopeful. This place is a real
I
mess.
clicked on a different one. What the heck? Crockery in a mess? Bed in a mess? Slightly misaligned bed? Scruffy coat?
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
But he is concerned about his dirty clothes. Not done here.
I
guess
have to
there
get
is-
the ribbon.
But I already got the ribbon. I don't understand if I'm missing something
The
still.
left hand heel has been...
Maybe you just didn't understand it properly.
The right hand heel has...
Like it didn't register at all.
Something is blocking.
Okay.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was...
No, because I already got
I
it.
only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry.
Oh, maybe we do need to cut it. No? Key? No? Like, I can't seem to interact with it, like, in any sort of way.
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Okay, well, whatever. I just had to look at it a little harder, I suppose. Okay, well, let me, look in the mirror for a sec. As per usual. Got some ego points. Is there anything else
It is
in
not
here?
the right...
It is not the right time. Oh, now because we have the knife, because you can't use your key, apparently.
This
You need
knife
to
is
use a
very
knife.
useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string.
I wouldn't be so
Stockings.
sure. Oh, it's the silky legs. Oh, because that's the, like, the things he's selling. A brand.
Stockings.
Not that many of them anymore, though.
It is not the right time.
It is not the right time.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.b. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on
It's
the
the
London
First
Gazette
World
on May
War,
the
but
10th,
because the second one
1918,
hasn't
as
happened yet,
mentioned
it's
in a
probably
dispatch
not
for
named
gallant
the
and
First World
distinguished
War yet.
service.
Okay.
An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction. It is not the right time.
No? Then what else can we still do in here? Are you gonna take a nap in
At
his
least we
bed?
can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Why are we in this angle now? What is going on? Do we cut a- oh, we also cut open the- no? Wait, where did our knife go? Okay. I don't know where knife went. Oh, wait, was I looking at the... That's what they meant with crockery, like the table, the tableware, that's the word. But I distinctly remember clicking on these bottles. But okay, I'll take it.
Laudanum
Antitussive-based
Cameron's
laudanum?
Laudanum. a medicine for
Laudanum? I
coughs.
still don't know what the
It is
right
what Dr. Clark
pronunciation is.
prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Would it be? Sedative?
Diethyl
Chloroform.
barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative.
What gave you that
The
idea?
subject would probably be useful to me.
Shake well? 1 teaspoonful? That sounds like a lot.
It is not the right...
It is still not the right time. Guy. He's dancing again! He's dancing again. Uh-oh.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now
Or
try
why
and
it's
get
there.
our brain cells to work.
Let's see. Where was Cust at the time of the Bexhill murder? Bexhill was at sea. His room was... Yeah, it was 21st and 25th. Okay, I guess we can't pick more than 2. Why is it not one of these 2? Bexhill local paper dating from the day of Betty's murder? I mean, but that's not that crazy because so many people, like, used to read the news. Betty had a photo of her and Donald is irrelevant. It's gotta be that because it was someone else's. Someone else rented it then. How? Why is that more relevant? How is the newspaper
The
more
register
relevant
shows
than his
that
bathing
Cust did not
suit?
sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust
Oh,
bought this
because he
newspaper
bought a
in Bexhill
Bexhill
on July
paper?
the
That's not
25th.
what I got from it at all.
No use continuing the inspection of this room.
It sounded
I've
like
seen
he just
all
bought
there
it
is
in
to see.
London, like the day after. Also, would they be able to publish a newspaper that quickly? Like the day of the murder? I guess if it's the evening news or something, or the morning news after an evening murder. But, okay, that I can see, but I did not get that information conveyed to me at all.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr.
I don't
Poirot.
think you do. I don't think you want to
Chief
see him
Inspector.
again.
I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
Why is she so nice to him but not to me? What did I ever do to her except
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police.
I don't know,
And
accuse
you?
her of being a crook.
I
Did
have
I do that?
established one fact. On 3
I don't think I
occasions,
did.
Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Okay. Is that all we're gonna tell him? We already looked at those. I don't think we're gonna learn anything new. No, I want to talk to him. Stop. I want to talk. No, I want to look
I had
at
best
him.
talk to Jap.
Why can I not look at him?
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For
I
me,
guess because
there's
he
no
doesn't have
doubt
much,
Cust is
like,
guilty.
going on.
Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for.
Okay.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Let's do it. Okay. Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? He lied about his destination. Wait, when was that? A good twist would be that it was actually the landlady who's trying to frame him. But I think storytelling wasn't that advanced. Yeah, and even if it was, I think there's not enough evidence. And the fact that we saw him before with the blood on his shirt. Oh. That's what he mopped Hemoptysis is he coughs up blood. Wait, but he suffered? I really wish that they would give us the 4 burnt letters, because I didn't like I didn't quite like digest the information, but they're not gonna give it back to me, so I have to just guess what it said. Because it definitely... Wait, was it him and Doncaster? Was it the 2 women, him and Doncaster? Or like the guy in Doncaster, it wasn't... That wasn't his name. Donald. No, that's someone... Donald is someone else. Cust was in Churston on the day of Clark's murder. He has a knife like the one used to stab Carmichael. That doesn't... That's like, well... I mean, people get hit by cars all the time, but just because I have a car. I don't have a car, but if I did have a car, then, like, I could be a person who also has killed someone. I mean... There's so many different options. It could be that one. It could be... Okay, that one makes sense. I didn't know that they all were there. It was in all the towns. Okay. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? Yeah, he suffers from hemoptysis. But nothing else is relevant. I guess that's what they mean? He has a knife like him? And he has the guides? Okay. He could have committed the crimes? Is Cust's behavior suspicious? He had blood on him? He lied about his destination and he keeps the... I mean, I don't think he has newspapers. I mean, if he has no other newspapers, it is suspicious.
His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the a.b.c's in a box.
He did not really try to cover his tracks, though.
The blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes. Yet we see quite the opposite.
So that was his own blood,
to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes.
Or then.
But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
That's suspicious that not everything lines up.
It's plausible. Dr.
But that doesn't mean that
from
it
absences
isn't
and
him.
amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Yeah.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Yeah, that seems a little too, like, oh no, I was in an altered state.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examine at home.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Okay, good luck. They are kind of setting it up like it wasn't him, right? But it also just sounds like they're doing their due diligence.
Marbury, there is a...
Cheshire. Don't keep your car running.
To Scotland Yard, please.
That would be great. I mean, to be fair, I found out last week that Agatha Christie is like the #1 best-selling fiction writer even today. So in that case, like it would make sense if she like came up with twists like that, right? I I feel like that would make sense that it isn't him if you look at it that way. More than Tolkien? I think so. I think I read that. Hang on. Let me Google that. I read it somewhere, but I don't know. I also don't know how recent that was. #1 best-selling fiction author. But now that you said it... Okay, well... Okay, well, maybe it's William Shakespeare or Agatha Christie. And then... What did we say? Tolkien is way down, surprisingly. At only 200 million copies instead of 2 billion copies. Up. The One Piece manga guys in like the top 10 or just outside of the top 10, including and like more down people like Tom Clancy and Dr. Seuss and the Dragon Ball mangaka. Oops. R.L. Stein, Stephen King. Oh, the people behind Asterix and Obelix too. Okay. Very interesting. That's an interesting list. That's kind of some of them are very surprising. There's a lot of mangaka on there. There's a lot of them on there. Interesting. That's so fascinating. But Hobbit alone had around 1 million. What did I say? 200 million? Yeah. 200 million book copies total. But yeah, that really I think is the case. If you have one of the people at the top, 100 million? Yeah, okay. But like one of the people at the top, Danielle Steele. I have not like read any of them, but I know that she puts out books like, yeah, you can see she's got 179 books compared to where is he? Tolkien had like 36. So that's very that's very different. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of different. That's true. Numbers sold. Exactly. That's like it's not on average like this person had 100 books and every book sold like 1,000 copies or whatever. That's very few. But it's like all their books together. So that makes sense. That does make sense. Hello. Sorry to make you wait.
This man is not in good shape.
Yeah, he's got big dark circles. Lowered eyes, crumpled jacket. Shaking? Shaking hands. I mean, his hands surprisingly are the only bit that aren't shaking.
And very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
I mean, he might also just be in bad shape. Oh, sorry.
What do you want from me?
Present yourself? That seems
Good
polite.
day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
Detached.
Why did you send me a letter before each crime?
Why all these questions? When are you going to stop pestering me?
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
Do we or do we not think that he did it? Are you capable of
Are you capable
killing?
of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
Come on, cough up some blood. It'll really help with your innocence. Like, proving of your innocence.
Poor man.
I don't know if I'd call him a poor man.
He's in
Like,
no state to reply.
I'm not entirely sure, like, if it is or isn't him. Do you have some... It was laudanum, right?
Take this. It will help you.
Oh no. I mean, if it was on his shelf... If it was on his shelf, then it hopefully isn't poisoned. Oh, what if I mixed up the bottles?
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Who coughs like that? And how does a flat-chested man get his blood on his shirt?
I do not believe that you are capable of murder.
Maybe
Mr.
we'll be
Cust.
nice. Maybe.
I hope not.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded.
We should be nice.
I suffered. But...
How much easier do you think
The
this
army was
game
the
would
only
be if
place
you
I
read the
didn't feel
book?
inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences.
Is this shadow, or is that...
And headaches.
Like, just dark circles?
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
But yet you killed him.
And to thank him, you murdered him?
I said I was gonna be nice, but... but I'm not nice anymore. Come on, take another little sip.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
I have such a hard time.
There was no harm in being there. It
like
was only
picking
for my
the
work.
right options.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot.
But
not
some
for
of
pleasure.
the options are
terribly
just the
unwell
same
friends.
to me.
But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
Wait. Did he write his own acceptance or like hiring letter?
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them
Is
to
that what they're
yourself.
implying?
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Maybe lay off the laudanum. And what was the other stuff? Maybe lay off that too. I really don't get it. What was this stuff? Chloroform.
I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative.
Ipecac? Ammonium chloride? Menthol? I don't think you should be eating that. It's a powerful sedative. Why did Cust acquire some? Do we give him that next because he's shaking in his boots?
Take this. It will help you.
I guess now we're gonna find out, like, if it was him, then, like, his demeanor might change from taking that.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
I do wonder how he chose his victims in that case. From the medical records? But how does he know about
And
that guy's
what
medical
conclusions have you
records?
drawn?
Like, that he owns?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little
Carmichael.
better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we know about Cust's health? Oh my god. He suffers from hemoptysis. He has a problem with his throat. Absences? Yeah, that's true. He also didn't seem to recognize Poirot. Mentally and physically weak? I mean, you don't need to be physically and mentally strong to murder. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt in the Churston murder? The Churston one was the Carmichael one. This one. And then they saw, or the lady saw the blood. Do not support Cust's guilt. Wait, do not support his guilt. No. 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 That do not support his guilt? Is that misphrased or am I missing it? Because his admittance to not writing the letters. Or do they specifically want those? I don't get what they're asking. Are there clues that do not support Cust's guilt? So are the opposite, that make him innocent, right? Or that support his innocence. That's what they mean, right? But then what do I do? Because it's not the, like, him declaring that he didn't write the letters. And that he didn't recognize Poirot. Like, it feels like it should be two of these three. Because the blood on him would make him guilty. Or perhaps. Oh, wait. But Cust's collection starts in Churston. And that he didn't recognize him. Okay. There's several I mean, more than that. Can we say without a shadow of a doubt that Cust is guilty? He had no reason to kill him and he didn't write the letters. I don't know. It does seem like he's just doing it in like a stupor.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
Did he?
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then he confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot
He
what
should
he had
probably be
How can you be
in
so
an
sure?
asylum,
done.
not
Let us
in
look at his
a
psychological
prison.
profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to
This
work.
is too complicated. Is Cust clever? Indeed, let us look again at this murder, if you please. You will see that the murderer carried out to perfection. So, right. We figured that out before. Is Cust clever? He was always unwell on trains. Parsimonious? Uses pencil and sharpen. That's not really clever or not. No questions, just orders to follow is pretty good. It's very hesitant or shy. That's not clever or not. Yeah. Mediocre. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of neither here nor there. Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold. Is he bold? He was very hesitant and shy. Easy to influence. I don't know if that's jumping to conclusions. The man seduced Betty. Completely harmless? Yeah. Without any charm? Well, harmless and without any charm. I don't know. He really is jumping to conclusions. Oh yeah, and he gets queasy on trains. Does not like trains. Is this a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing? Hang on. When was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde written? What's it called? That's not what it's called. Dr. Jekyll? The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is an 1886 Gothic novella by Scottish author Robert... Whatever, who cares? 1886? That could... You know what? Could be the same, but written in a different kind of story, right? The killer is methodical. In case you don't know, I actually read the book twice because I thought it was really interesting. But in case you don't know, like Dr. Jekyll is kinda not quite like this guy. He isn't quite as introverted or meek, but he's like a regular guy. He's got some friends. Yeah, kind of like that. It's the original Hulk. He is like pretty normal. He's pretty smart, but he takes medicine for like whatever illness he has, and he just turns into like this monstrous, not really as green or as large as the Hulk, but he turns into like a short, chonkier man who's kind of an asshole who starts, I think, murdering? It's been a while. But kind of like... could be the same thing. I don't know if he actually transforms, but they like definitely say, oh, but Dr. Jekyll is so tall, but this Mr. Hyde guy is kind of like a hunched guy. Hunched over bigger guy, I guess. You would have been Jekyll and Hyde and if you had played that in a theater class. Why did you not? Or did you like settle on something else? You could have totally pulled that off. You're such a theater kid. You're surprisingly such a theater kid. I would have never been able to do that. I would have wanted to, but I don't think I have that kind of, or at least at the time I didn't have that kind of stage presence. Proposal got rejected because it was much too focused on too few people. Yeah, it's like it's like written and told from the perspective of like a lawyer and then another guy who's with the lawyer. So it really is like 3 or 4 people depending on if you play Jekyll and Hyde separately. And then maybe like 1 lady, but there are very few characters. That is very true. But that would have been really fun, I think. I should read that book again, maybe. I liked it a lot. It was kinda... I don't know. I feel like it could have had a more satisfying ending, but it did not have that much of it. Right. The killer is methodical and prepares his crime meticulously. He never forgets to leave his intriguing signature behind. I mean, maybe he just doesn't have the money to, like, toss away so many books. Is that it? No? Then what is it? Cold? Oh, okay, that's what they meant. The gimmick was supposed to be me having my hair in a half ponytail and to always face one way when Jekyll and the other way when Hyde. That's kind of fun! That's kind of fun. That's interesting. Kind of sad that that didn't happen. But I'm sure for a smaller, like, theater group, that would be really fun. Is Cost generous? Without the a.b.c, no, he's poor. Miserly. Torben came up with it. Yet he didn't play him? Or he wouldn't play him?
See?
That's
Cust's
crazy.
character is quite the opposite of
Because
the
although
murderer's.
you're a theater
But
kid,
if he's a madman, can we really
obviously
talk about
way
his
more of a
character?
theater
You know
kid.
very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual or repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So, we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry?
And
What
3
shall I do?
murders.
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Okay. I'm a little bit lost. But I'm kind of subscribing to the theory of it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation. Where do I go? Here or there? Now's not the time. Guess I'm going home or what?
To White Haven, please.
White Heaven or White Haven?
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Or 3 or 4
Details.
or 8.
Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared.
Is
Slip
everyone-
a revolver into your pocket before
Oh
they do.
no.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Yeah, what are you afraid
Trust
of?
me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will
Are we
lend you
gonna
mine.
shoot someone?
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon.
What do you mean? Do you want him to shoot someone? I'm gonna save just in case. Can I save? I don't think I can save. Bring the revolver to Hastings. Do we have a revolver? Do we have a revolver? Is this new?
Daily Flicker, September the 11th, 1935. a.b.c affair, Terminus.
Okay, we got the killer.
A.B.
yeah.
Cust is the name of the alphabet murderer. The police have arrested him in a hotel in Doncaster. He was preparing to kill his 4th victim, Mr. Dick Dudley Dunbar, the establishment's manager. Mr. Dunbar owes his life to the miraculous intervention of Inspector Chap of Scotland Yard and Detective Hercule Poirot.
Of French.
The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Medical Journal. The alphabet murderer is not psychotic, according to Professor Thompson. In an early issue, we claimed that the alphabet murderer was not psychotic. Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard expert, who has spoken to the prisoner at great length. Not all obsessional killers are psychotic, he explained. It is true that Kirst has a disturbed personality and memory disorders. But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter the fact that he was perfectly lucid at the time of his acts. Therefore, he will not escape punishment.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it in my desk? Oh, wait, what? We just never sat there? I don't know where we need to get...
Ah, some cool
Shut
hair.
up. I know I clicked on it, but shut up. Where do I get my revolver? In the shelf? Oh, did they not... Does he
The
not have
white
one in here?
ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets.
Wait, which one is which? Which one did he say is which?
The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets.
What do you mean the white ones? Are these the white ones? Those are blank and these are real? Do we shoot them? How the fuck am I supposed to know if I should shoot them or not? I'm probably not gonna shoot them because I'm that kind of
Revolver is
person.
loaded with real bullets.
No, those
I
are...
still have time to choose blanks.
What do you mean the white ones? In that case.
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
I'm giving him blanks. But is that the right thing to do? I mean, we kind of have to go out with a bang, right? I don't know. What's the right thing to do? I mean, it wholly depends on who we're gonna shoot. But it's not the guy that's gonna visit us, right? It's not gonna be... It's not gonna be Cust. Because he's in jail right now, I assume. Someone might get shot or not. I feel like the choice for this would be really easy if you read the book. I'll give him blanks. Maybe
What
they'll
about
let us
telling me what you
redo
have
the
in
end.
mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able
Animals
to
that play dead?
Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Okay. Well, which animals, Warcraft? Is it possums? I do love possums. They're really cute. I mean, they're not the only animals that do that, right? But I love them. But that's not my favorite part about them. My favorite part about opossums is that they carry their babies on their back. So it kind of looks like... like they're all, like, packed on the bus. I love that shit so much. It's so cute.
Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used, it is almost new.
I don't know if giving him blanks is good. I'm already regretting it. Is that because I chose blanks? Oh, hang on, my phone. They really have to make it louder. Because I sometimes just don't hear it.
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
and the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So,
Yeah,
are you
because I
still
already
going to
picked
hold
up
your
everything.
Of course,
Because they
Chief
wouldn't let
Inspector.
me leave
I can hear my
before.
guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray.
It's gonna be Thora, isn't it? I don't think it's gonna be Donald, because he doesn't have a reason. Because he, at the time of the murder... Oh, we're 100% done! Oh, no, that's the clue. That's the clue, actually. Never mind. But he only really has links to Betty. But he loved her at the time, so why would he shoot her? Unless he's a yandere. Like, oh, if I can't have you, no one can, right? So I don't think it's him. It's not the niece, because she doesn't have anything to do, with anyone else but the aunt. I don't think it would be the sister, because, yeah, she was jealous of... or envious? Whichever one. I have trouble. But she didn't like her sister, but I don't think she would have murdered her. But Thora, though, she also had access to the medical records. And she's the only one who actually ever saw the murderer? Or the supposed murderer? Oh god. I mean, we can't shoot a woman. So maybe it's good that I used blanks. When the Livingstons... Oh my god, I can't pronounce that. When the Livingstons animal feels hungry, it sinks to the bottom of the lake and lies motionless. Its splotchy coloration sort of resembles that of a rotting carcass. When a small scavenger comes to investigate, they strike. That's crazy. A fish that violates the Geneva Convention. I mean, to be fair, they probably don't know what Geneva is. It's a type of fish. Interesting. That is really cool. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but that kind of makes sense. That's really smart. But also really mean. Imagine just thinking, that looks like a tasty little lunch, and then you get eaten yourself. Oof. Isn't that also kind of what happens with some, it's not coral, but like other underwater, like deep sea plants or something, that you can get stuck in them? Anemones? Anemones? I don't know. Is that it or something else? I think something like that does also
We
exist.
identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones...
Also, no one at that household, or did they? Did anyone at the Clark household actually buy stockings? I don't recall. Animals haven't just violated the Geneva Convention, some even commit war crimes. Isn't that kind of the same? I thought that was the same, but yeah, they can be really mean.
Found at my aunt's.
But it's survival, right?
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
That's suspicious that you would
Xenophobia?
say.
Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All
But he
these
doesn't
theories
recall.
should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why did the murderer make a mistake in the address? Because he is forgetful. Inferiority complex? It's not very well known. I mean, but he got it right the first 1 or 2 times. Why did he make the mistake in the address? Because it saved him? Hang on. It's not very well known. Save the murderer. Or... maybe if we take that one away. No. Can't be like... no, I feel like for glory or the inferiority complex, like those can be together, but xenophobia couldn't be part of it. Because these are kind of synonymous. Maybe it's the letter's late arrival saved the murderer. The body's still being warm. It could be relevant. This is when there's so many options, it's so hard. Why did they make a mistake? This can't be the case. It's Captain Hastings? When did he get a promotion and I didn't? I really don't know. I really don't know, because so many of these are so similar. The error in the address caused the letter to be delivered late, which saved the murderer because the body is still warm. Fuck. Okay, it's that one. Whew! The mistake was intentional. Okay. Why did the killer send his letters to Poirot? For glory. No? No? What? He wrote to Poirot because his address is not... What do you mean? What do you mean? That makes no sense. Clear now? He sent them to Poirot because his address isn't well known, which what means that he doesn't get many letters? Is that it? And so he would be noticed?
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked.
Oh! Because if he put it to Scotland Yard, for example, or posted it to Scotland Yard, like everyone knows their, like, address. So it wouldn't have taken, like, the day and a half or whatever it took to get to them. Why couldn't he just post the thing later? Like, just a few days later. I guess because then it seems on purpose.
Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses.
Yeah, okay.
The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
But that's very clever and very well thought out prior to even sending the first letter. Because he was already en route to the crime scene.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
Exactly.
You are quite right,
That's the
mademoiselle.
point.
Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
That's rude, also. Dull
madman.
character.
I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different
Maybe it
sides.
is the...
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of a psychopath.
It is really pointing
But
to
if Cust
Jekyll
is
and
not
Hyde.
guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Or it's
Mr.
Thora.
Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to.
Or both.
Let us now try and get our
Yeah,
brain
then
cells to work.
Thora at least is involved. What do we know about Cust? Easily influenced. It's never been quite the same. Fuck! Easily influenced does seem part of it. He was wounded during the war? That doesn't seem... Wait, that's relevant? Cust is mentally fragile and easy to manipulate. But wounded? I don't know. I feel like this one makes more sense. How to explain Cust's presence at the crime scenes. He was a door-to-door salesman. It's a coincidence. And he went to he went to Bexhill because he wanted this. Okay, maybe not. Traveling often by train. How is that a picture of a oh, okay. I thought it was like a weird bridge, but no, this is like the wheels. And this is like the bottom of the train, and then like whatever to keep to do that to the wheels. Okay, I get it. I'm clearly not very smart. Cust's presence at the crime scene, sorry. Deception in the animal world. Yeah, that fish, whatever, I can't pronounce it. Chicklid? That guy is really good at it. Those guys. And every bug that looks like a leaf or like a stick, they're also really good at it. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Dwarf chameleons. Oh, that chameleons also, that's right. More likely to camouflage more often when seeing a bird rather than snakes. Really? Because they don't see the snakes? Or because the birds? Yeah, okay. Oh no, because they're more likely to get spotted by birds? That's crazy. Even though snakes can be so close. You wanted to see the crime scenes? It's gotta be these four. It's gotta be within these four. It's not within these four? Wait, what? Fireflies that eat other fireflies? That's... Wait, you did say different types. Okay, that's slightly less bad, but that's still kind of crazy. Oh, that feels bad. That feels bad. How to explain his presence at the crime scene? Orchid flowers to... Wait. orchid mantises that look like female wasps? Or what do you mean? Orchid mantises are kind of creepy, but also pretty. I don't know, because it's not that one. It's not relevant that he was in the war. And that's not relevant to the crime, or like the why he was at the crime scenes. I don't get it. Did I get all of these? I don't see how... Sorry, it's not this one. I don't see how it's not... like 2 of these 4, not counting the one in the middle. I don't see how it can be anything but those. A type of orchid flower... Really? The flower... Oh, really? The flower lures a wasp in for the promise of romance. But the wasp ends up pollinating the plant? What the... That's kind of crazy. That's... smart. That's so weird, though. But, like... that seems like a lot of effort for getting to be pollinated regardless, right? Or do they stink so much that wasps or bees or whatever don't want to get near it? I don't know, maybe you wanted to swim. No, we've tried that. I don't see how it's not one of those 4. Or 2 of those 4. Is it this? How is that The killer made him go to the town so as to hide his tracks? How is that relevant?
Dr. Clark's patient's records provided a very useful...
How is that relevant to him being at the crime scenes accidentally? I guess not, because it's not accidentally. But, like, how is that more relevant? Is it then someone, like... Is it then someone who works at the stocking shop? Or, like, provider, whatever, company? Because if that isn't the case... But which 2 did I press? It was the records. I guess that's relevant because if he had the records, he would know where those people are, what they're called, where they live, etc. But still, I feel like that's a jump.
List of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did it happen?
The greatest bit of animal deception can be witnessed in the Kalahari Desert. The fork-tailed drongo. That sounds like an enemy from, like, Legend of Zelda or something. This little bird sits atop tall trees and calls when a predator is in range. But while pied babblers and meerkats are hunting, sometimes the drongo sounds a false alarm. And as the meerkats and babblers free, the drongo swoops in and steals the prey. That's so rude! Wow, that's so rude, dude. I mean, it's smart, but that's
to be at
so
the scene
mean.
of the crimes, either the murderer sent him there or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That is smart.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan?
That's
And
so
what was he
crazy.
doing from 3 completely different murders.
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
Wait, what? It's all of them? It's all of them say that just one murder is of interest to the killer. The murderer kills for pleasure. There are 3 murderers.
There is not one murderer, but 3 accomplices.
No.
They all use the same scenario.
Do you mean that 3 murderers with quite different aims joined
But
forces?
is it then Donald or Megan? Like, is it the sister or the lover? It sounds more like the sister, but then why is the lover here?
Is to create a smoke screen? Here's another question. Is it still necessary to find a motive for each crime? And the one in Andover poses problem. Why was poor Mrs. Asher killed?
Because she had a niece.
Indeed. It would be best to forget the theory.
Oh. Wait, what? Wait, what? A murderer kills for pleasure? Has developed a taste for murder? One of the murders is of interest to the killer. But if there was only one, then it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't make sense to do more than one murders.
The murderer does not kill out of interest but for pleasure.
You yourself told us that the murderer was not a psychopath.
Ah oui, absolument.
Wait, no, I don't get it at all. There's no reason to kill more than once. If it would to divert from the motive?
Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversion.
I guess so.
On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
It would have been way more interesting if they all turned out to be or not, like, not necessarily all the murderers, but if they had, like, one murderer and the rest were, like, basically, like, I guess a hitman is more it. That there's, like, one puppet master who just takes, like, hits, I guess? Murder for hire? Who does that and then, like, has this poor gentleman take the fall for all of them. I feel like that's more interesting.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
How the fuck do I know that Donald's firm worked for Clark? I really wish that this game had, the same thing that Ace Attorney has, that you can, like, just pause the game and look at all your evidence. Because I'm not following it at all anymore. Like, I really don't get what they want from me. Because he wasn't treated. It was the girlfriend who was treated, as far as I remember. I don't know what Donald worked for. I don't remember. And I mean, it's gotta be the firm. But, like, I don't remember. I wish I could look it back up, but you can't.
He works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it. And you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer?
I guess
Let us
I
now
wasn't.
try
I
and get
forgot
our
about
brain cells
Franklin.
to work.
I forgot about Franklin, not gonna lie. Is Donald clever? That's not proof. Saying that someone's clever, yes or not, is not proof. Attentive and generous. A bright man with a promising career. What do you think it is? I'm more thinking about Franklin, because he's got more to gain. Killed when the street was packed with people, that's bold. No? Not that one? No idea, gotta be honest. This one? I don't know, this one makes more sense. Easy to influence? No, I think maybe it is still Thora. I really think it might be Thora. Was it? Oh wait, hang on. The man seduced Betty before taking. But it is a man. That's right. Like, but let's go by 1930s logic. Then it should be a man, right? Unless it wasn't. Then it's gotta be. It's either Franklin or Thora. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Made a good husband. A true gentleman? I mean, for this one, there's like 3 options. Seducer. I hardly know her. Passenger timetable. Sleep on the train. But like, some of this could still be like an act, right? Killer is methodical and prepares his crimes meticulously. Gotta be- wait, what? He never forgets to leave his signature behind? Quick-tempered? Yeah, okay, I can see that. Is he generous? Attentive and generous. That one's easy. I'm gonna say it's probably not Donald.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Guy,
Well,
you don't have to
my
burn
turn to
him
be
like that.
subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I mean, if there's more than just Donald and Franklin, then it's not Franklin, because they'll leave that one for like the last like thing, right? But if it is just between Donald and Franklin, then it's gotta be Franklin. The murderer carried it out to perfection. Is he clever? Franklin was a good student, but he lacked discipline. That's so... I do remember that, but that's so, like, random. Oh, the railway children. Wait, what was the last one? Reimbursed, starting with you. Please allow me to pay for your tickets. Killed when the street was packed. Is he sure of himself? Sweet talking charms. Well, that's easy. A lovely boy, very plucky. The man seduced Betty before taking her to the beach. She's evasive? No? This one? No? Oh, Miss Gray's already being courted. Okay. Seducer. Yes, yes, yes. That's crazy that that's like a declaration by Hastings. Does he like trains? I mean, he's got a book about trains, but like, I've got a book about a samurai who murders people, so like, does that mean that I like murderers? No. Not necessarily. The killer is methodical. Is he impulsive? I mean, yeah, kind of. That's kind of impulsive. Okay, well, maybe not. He is cold. Okay. Is he generous? Yes. I think it would be more interesting if it was Thora.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up.
Are you sure?
Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
Because you want the money
you
now.
have to act quickly.
Thora Gray bothered him? I don't think that's the case.
Because you are incapable of waiting.
Really? Well, I am no murderer. You presented him as being a cold and patient schemer.
Certes, normalement. But Lady Clark's imminent death precipitated events. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth...
That's true! That makes sense. Because if he had waited and Carmichael's wife had passed away and he was already, like, schmoozing Thora up, that means that if he had remarried Thora, then, because she's probably younger than his brother, than Franklin, then she would have probably at least gotten a good chunk of the money and inheritance. Okay, I am catching on to that. That part I get.
There is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children
but
by
then
your
why
brother,
was he schmoozing
you would
her
not
up?
have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh no. You know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien voilà. Light has now been shed on the a.b.c.
Has it?
Your theories
Has
are
it?
ingenious.
Really?
But you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I
Oh,
bluff.
that's him thinking that? I'm bad. Don't give me options. Just let me watch a cutscene. I'm better at that. That's why I'm so good at Yakuza, because I don't have to make decisions. I don't know. I feel like even if you haven't read this specific book, if you'd read one of the other books, you would kind of get an idea of his MO. But I partially understand. Like, he's like a pompous douchebag, very cocksure, but like, none of these options really draw me in or make me think, yes, that's the one. Maybe the typewriter? I don't know.
One thing
dude.
proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of
Oh,
course
that was
you
the right
ride
one,
the
maybe.
typewriter
Or
before sending it.
maybe not the best
But
one,
not
but a
carefully
good
enough.
one.
Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter, and why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game, set, match.
Ooh.
You win, Mr. Poirot. But it was worth trying.
Yeah, you did a great job. I forgot about your existence up until like 5 minutes ago, so...
Don't come near me!
Okay,
I'll
I'm
never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
glad that I put blanks in... Okay, no, wait. Is it good or bad that I put blanks in there? I think it's
I'm
good.
sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
And then she turns around and stabs him. No! Hey, Poirot, are you single? It would have been interesting if it was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, though.
Disappointed
or
at
the
having
lady.
missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Good for them.
On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better.
As in the niece started working for the widow lady? That's nice. Okay.
And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely
I
rare
don't know.
case of
Okay.
spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
Okay, sure. Good, but also why is she still wearing the mourning
Journal
gown?
of an Innocent. The incredible story of a.b.c.
Wait, who
As
is
for
Dick
A.B.
Dunbar again? He was the guy who was gonna get shot next. Or maybe not shot. He was the one who was gonna get killed next.
After being advised by
But why are we
he
why
made
are
a
we
great
listening to him? I have many questions about this
deal of money
game still.
by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire. Even
You know
though-
why it's confusing me? Because I think it's the same voice actor as for Donald. I think that's why it's confusing me. Because they keep... And same with Franklin. He also had like the voice actor of, was it like Jap or Hastings? Could they really not have found like 2 more people so that they wouldn't have to double up on voice actors? Is England or the UK that small that they have like 6 voice actors?
popular than York Minster.
Sorry. Or at least make them do slightly different voices, because it gets so confusing. But why is he writing them? I have some questions. Maybe some of those things like that, for example, the guy who wrote about it, maybe that's made up for the game or something. I don't know, that just confused me. You know what this game needs? A book version. Or a movie. What game? Oh yeah, it was Ghostwire Tokyo, in which I said the same thing. I think for this game it's probably just better to read the book. And with the good end. That was the good end? I guess that's good. Like the fact that he doesn't get away with it by killing himself. But yeah, I think maybe I should read this book instead of or like in addition to reading. That's true. Everyone else would be traumatized to bits. That's true. I have mixed feelings about this game. Wait, there were textures on the characters? Sorry. Is that rude? I like what they did. I feel like most of the puzzles were fair. Some of them were a little like for example, oh screw the tiny little foot of the big ass cabinet loose that you couldn't really tell that it was a decoration that like was really too small to see. Apart from that, and occasionally the fucking conclusions that you draw, some of them just weren't that good. Or there were so many options that could all be it, and you just have to like trial and error your way through them. But overall, a Dutch person spotted. Or, you know, does seem very stylistic. Wait, are families for early testing during the coronavirus confinement? Discord for providing us with an efficient remote team tool. This shit came out in 2016. What are you talking about? Wait, what? Hang on. Store page. Maybe not the updated version? Release date February 4th, 2016. What do you mean? Oh, they're gonna make a Lupin game next. Should we play that one too? I also don't know much about Lupin, but it's like... Is Lupin like the opposite? That he's not a detective, but he's like a thief or a thief himself? Yeah, from humble burglar to folklore hero. In Arsène Lupin. Once a thief, a detective adventure game set in the early 1900s. Interesting! Coming out this year. Apparently. But yeah, maybe I did see like I did for research purposes look up a full playthrough. Of course I didn't like watch the ending or anything, because otherwise I would have done better. But I did see like some inconsistencies, like with the where you have to puzzle things together, that the icons were different. But I guess this one is just an updated version of like from 2020 or 2021 or something. Interesting. Also a little weird. I wonder what made them go back and change it. Eric suck. Sorry. Our families and cats. That's true. The cat in the picture or in the portrait never showed up, sadly. I would have liked to meet the man of the house. Well, if it is if it is freeware isn't the right word, but public domain. If it is public domain, maybe I should read it. I definitely should. It would be interesting to see like the differences. But there is another game. Imagine if we now played the DS version. I don't know if that one's at all different. Archive.org doesn't work well for you. Let me see. Archive.org. Agatha Christie, a.b.c. I thought it was 1935. Well, that's where it played, I guess, or when. It is slow for me. It's not opening. Okay, well. Okay, well, we'll have to look at that later. Maybe currently it's having a little bit of a fart. I am really interested in reading more. But I do really think that it may have been a mistake. It may have been a mistake to just jump in head first without even having read anything, or even like without knowing anything about Poirot. Because it does make it a lot harder. Because so many of the, like, points that you get, I guess, I don't know if it does anything, maybe it's collectibles that you unlock. But so often did I feel like I have especially in the second half, I felt like I didn't really have any sort of good idea of which options to choose. Like, the very first part, I found it hard, then it got easier, and then it got harder again. Because the options got so complicated. Is there more? I didn't think there'd be this many people involved. Is that rude? Okay, well... bonuses. Do we get everything? I wonder if they let you watch the other ending. Would be interesting. No, maybe not. Or maybe I have to, but it looks like, I don't know, maybe they won't let me. You have to play it again for the other ending. I wonder if you get the other ending if you get to replay it, that part. Or maybe they put you right in front of the... No, this is literally the start. Oh, that's... Oh, I don't like that. The other ending doesn't matter that much. It definitely doesn't, like, matter so much. Okay, well, they restarted my entire thing. Okay, what I will say, like I said, regardless of, or putting the difficulties of, like, picking the right options and solving the puzzles and picking the canon options for dialogue, that's, like, kinda hard. Some things were a little easier, some things were harder, but I don't think that this game's very good because of, well, for example, that you can't save either. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but just clicking play just resets the entire game. Wait, do I still have my bonuses? At least I have that still. But, like, I don't think it's super polished. It very much feels like not someone's first game, but like an indie dev's, like, second or third game. Or indie studio. But that doesn't seem to be the case because there's so many people involved. I don't think the game's very good, but I like certain parts about it. Things could have been improved. But I'm not mad either. It's I guess that's my review. The game isn't that good, but if you're a fan of the series and you want to play it, if whether you have watched or read, I guess, the book, or you've only read some of the other ones, I think then it's really fun. But if you've never interacted with any Agatha Christie books, maybe give this one a pass. That's my review. From a game perspective, it's average, but it's more fan service, I think. I'll stick to that. It's a decent game, but it's only good if you are a fan. I think that's fair. It's still a little early, but I think we're gonna call it here. I'm hungry. I'm hungry today. But yeah, anyway. I do want to say, because I feel like that was kind of negative, the way... Yeah, I guess that's true. It's good for its intended audience. or like for a specific audience. But I don't want to sound too negative, but I do recognize that I do kind of sound negative about it. But I think it is, yeah, like I said, it's good. It's good if you think you'll like this game because you're already a fan, then you're probably gonna like it. But it's not mind-blowing either, I bet. I don't know. But it does make me more interested in like the genre at large, both in books and in video games, and specifically also the series, like the book series themselves, itself. The connection has timed out of archive.org. Okay, well, well, I guess another day. But yeah, I might read the book. Genuinely. That's for me too. Okay, well, that's sucky. I might read the book if it's not too long, and then at some point I'll talk about it on stream. Hey, remember that detective game I played? But yeah, overall, 6 out of 10 if you don't know the game, or the book series, but probably higher if you do. Do I need to rate the games we play? I feel like recently I've kind of been doing that, but it doesn't matter. Anyway. To be fair, if you watched all of this, you don't need to play the game anymore. Maybe in a couple years. Just read the book. That's my review. Read the book. Or if there's a movie, maybe see if the movie is any better. But yeah. Guys, I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Take care, be safe, stay tough. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Afternoon. When does evening start? 6? Have a great rest of your time in general. Take care, be safe, stay tough, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye, guys.